Yow! I love that song. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MLD Monday. I am pumped up because we have an amazing show for you today. We have special guests. We have lots of product placement. I have my balls. Ugh! Oh, man. It's going to be a great day. I haven't changed the sub notification yet, so I do apologize. You can type that in as a cringe. Cracer, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much for the follow. I missed who followed early on while the intro was going on. There's a lot that I do in the last couple seconds. Let me enlarge the face. There we are. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are having a fabulous, fabulous day. And yes, Cracer, thank you for being the first sub, as today is the first affiliate stream here on the Kendo Slice Chando. Huh. I believe Kendo's waifu just subscribed. Ah, Cracer! You can... Cracer, thank you. You're way too generous. and Pineapple, I appreciate the follow. I'm going to turn down the notifications just a little bit so I can jump right into the show. I should have expected this, to be honest. I should have expected this because it's the first affiliate stream and I have people here and I'm like, Cracer, you are an amazing human being right now. What in the world, dude? MVP chants in the chat. MVP. Cracer, dude, you are amazing. You need to stop. You're gonna try to make me cry, like I said earlier in earlier in the self promo. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. That way, it's not as loud. Whenever we go on, I'm too late, right? I'm already flustered. Thank you, Cracer, for being an amazing supporter. Absolutely wouldn't be here without the support of everyone who has helped us out getting to affiliate, and we're looking to push it beyond that, which would be absolutely amazing. But I want to get into this show. The first thing that I have on the docket is, of course, the hottest of hot takes. It is the Kendo Hot Take of the Week. And Cracer, thank you for the cheer. But yes, today's hot take, we're actually talking about something that I really, really like. I really enjoyed the idea of coming into Season 6. It was probably one of my favorite new additions to the rulebook. And that is reserve spots. And this is where it's going to become a hot take. Now, I want to preface this by saying hot takes are not necessarily right or wrong. They're just something that I decide to be extremely passionate about. I get as passionate as I possibly can about them. I speak my mind, and usually, like if I had an animate J on the other end, popping up in a window, say around like right here, he would tell me, Kendo, you're wrong, you're a complete moron, you're fired. And, you know, that's normal inanimate J, Kendo back and forth in the casting booth. But, anyway, the hot take, it's not necessarily something that's right or wrong. It's something you can take with a grain of salt, but it's something that I'm really impassioned about. And this hot take is about reserve spots. Reserve spots are the new rule that was put into place here in Season 6. It allows teams to add an additional person to their roster who is pretty much, they're on the roster, but they're not part of the starting rotation of the roster. They are essentially part of the team, and they are also able to be used in an emergency circumstance, which is absolutely amazing. It's something that I really wish we would have had in Season 5, and I wish it would have been thought up of earlier, because the importance of having people in on teams and the importance of the community drawing together as one is really seen in these reserve spots. And what disturbs me is the fact that I look at the rosters right now, and granted, some of these numbers are a little bit skewed because there have been people ranking up, so people are going into reserve spots, coming out of reserve spots. We've already seen the perfect example of a successful reserve, Brava of the Platinum League Foxes. He started out as a reserve, now he's on the main roster, and he's killing it. The Foxes looking really, really good with him on that starting roster. So the reserve spot on either a Champ League or a Plat League team is extremely critical because it gives you another person to add to your team. You can talk to that person, you can converse with that person, you can help build that person up, develop strategies with that person, play with that person on a regular basis, and they're part of your team's family. And right now, we literally have 10 Platinum teams and 9 Champ League teams that do not have their reserve spots filled. And this bugs the snot out of me. How can we not have these people's spots filled? Like I said, it's an opportunity to bring people into your team. It's to help them grow and develop them. It's what the MLD is really all about, and it's what's really about to me. I mean, granted, it's cool that there's a spirit of competition. It's cool that there's so many different things that you can do through the MLD to grow yourself, and I'm thankful that I'm a product of that. You know, you look at my success story. I was a low plat when I started, and I've gotten as high as Diamond 1, and I probably should be higher, but I don't play as much anymore because I'm doing all this casting right now. But another example of where I really wish we would have had this before is, of course, last season, and this hits home for me, last season when Ninja Rider isn't able to play after week 8, or even in week 8 in general, if we would have had a reserve who would have been able to step in for Majestic Moose at that time in an emergency situation because he wasn't able to play, it would have been better off than taking an NCP and then bringing in Goose. Goose, I love Goose. Goose is an amazing player, and you see what he's doing on the Foxes right now, and you're like, this is another success story of development within the MLD. So I'm not saying this to down Goose, but because of the fact we had to adjust on the fly in the last 2 weeks of Season 5 with a brand new person who had to play the last 2 games with Majestic Moose and myself, yeah, we put up a valiant effort against those teams, but we ended up losing both series, and there wasn't as much chemistry as there could have been. Whereas if we would have had a reserve spot, we could have had somebody like Goose, and I guarantee Goose was one of the first people that Majestic Moose and I talked about as soon as we knew we had to replace Ninja Rider. So he probably would have already been there on the team, growing, and essentially becoming part of the Lit family at that point in Season 5. And this is the opportunity that every single team right now with an open reserve spot is missing out on. So if you're a captain, understand that there are free agents out there who fall under the ability for you to pick them up in the reserve spot. You may or may not want to add another person, another voice to your team, but please give it a try because your team will benefit from it in the long run. Because what this league is all about is growing people and continuing to push people forward. It's not always about the winning, although the winning is pretty darn awesome. The spirit of competition is absolutely magnificent. And the fact that we can do it all in a non-toxic environment, that is exactly what we came to play for. So that has been the Kendo Slice Hot Take. Oh, I gotta cool down with a little more balls. Woo! Anyway, my first guest today is someone who is very special within our Rocket League community. Specifically, he's very special within the MLD community. And he is a former MLD champion. He is someone that I am getting in here right now. I do need to move my chat apparently. We're still learning how to do this. Okay, like I said, my first guest is someone who's very important to this community. It's someone who is the matriarch of the MLD, and I am blessed that he decided to come out and talk with me today and really just sit down, have a conversation, play a few games. I have the one, the only half-shelled Hero with me today. Hero, are you here? Hero, it is great to have you on, sir. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited.
Oh, man. So, again, my guest today, first guest today is Half-Shelled Hero. He is a member, once again, ironically, of the MLD Elite. They are 16 and 14. They are tied for first in an extremely stacked volcanic division. And, you know, Hero, I said you're the patriarch of the MLD. You're one of the creators. But I have to ask, does that mean that Bear is the matriarch, the mother of the MLD?
I would say so.
You would say so?
I would say so, yes.
Does he bring a feminine touch to the leadership council?
Oh, always. Always nagging. Always in council doing something.
Oh, man. But let me tell you, you've been off to an extremely good start. Like, you guys had a little bit of a rough last 3 games, but we're going to get into that in a second. I wanted to do something special with you, though.
Okay.
Because we're all about introducing new segments here on MLD Monday. Today, I would like to challenge you to do what I would like to call one-on-one with Kendo Slice. Do you accept the challenge?
I accept it.
Okay. I do appreciate it. You are doing this completely blind. You have no idea what I am about to do. And
I'm terrible at 1v1s.
You're terrible at 1v1s? It's okay.
Well, I'm terrible at 2v2s, so I'm terrible all around.
What is about to happen is something that we are both terrible at.
Okay, good.
There will be no bots. I'm going to put... Oh, I can't put 30 minutes on the clock, but I'm going to put unlimited time on the clock. Let's see here. It'd be fun to do this in Rumble, but no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to give us unlimited boost.
Ooh, nice.
And let's see. Max score of 5 goals. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to challenge you to a 1v1 that is going to be only scoring by wall to goal aerials.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think I'm ever going to score.
So, just to warn everybody in advance, this is going to be a hot mess because I am terrible at I'm terrible for trying to drag the ball from wall to goal.
Yeah,
and
so
Hero apparently is equally terrible. So, make sure you get your clips ready. You remember last week we had hashtag Kendo Slice's terrible play of the week, and of course, make sure you DM those to Jay in the Discord. Of course, gotta make sure he is fully irritated.
I love irritating Jay.
Yes,
it's like a sport to me.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Just to be perfectly honest, it makes him recede into his persona.
Yes.
Which is quite possibly my favorite edited picture of all time. Now, let's see. I do have you in here. Would you like to be blue or orange? I mean, the colors don't really matter. I should have set this up to where it was actually Elite and Ducks colors, but, you know, I'm too lazy to do that.
That's all right. Our colors are better anyway, so it's all good.
Okay. Well, I mean, just a side note, the purple... I'll let you go ahead and go first. Just for the sake of...
That didn't work out.
just for the sake of making this a little bit interesting, I might make a no contest rule on the first 4 of 5. So so this is going to be extremely interesting.
And
no. Oh! That was a lot better than I thought it'd be. But anyway,
a lot better than I could do.
Yeah. So just to segue into this, Hero, what's the craziest shot that you have actually ever hit?
The craziest shot I ever hit, I would say, I remember it specifically. I was on the ceiling, I had full boost, dropped straight down, pinched it off the floor, shot off like a rocket right into the net. It was my own net, but still, it was a shot.
So it was an own goal. Your best,
it was an own goal.
Your best shot your best shot's literally an own goal. That's crazy. I guess that answers the crazy part of the question.
Yes.
I mean, craziest shot you've ever hit? It was an own goal. And I didn't even hit that. This is gonna be a hot mess. Just make sure everybody's clipping this in chat. Jay is gonna have a lot of DMs in the morning. But
this ball hates me.
I mean, that is half the fun.
Yeah.
I could turn it into a puck or a cube.
Yeah, that would be great. Come on, ball, work with me. See? It always wants to go back to me.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to try to bring this back and then... No. Okay.
This is why I'll never reach champion.
This is why I'll never reach champion in general. Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm still stuck in diamond, apparently.
This is why I can't get the diamond.
But yeah, the elite...
Flat 3 for life.
I want to talk about the elite just for a second, because you guys started off really, really well. It was 11-4 start. You won all 3 of your matchups in division play. You can block that. Yep. But yeah, you won your first 3 matchups at 11-4 start. I believe you guys were in the lead after week 3.
Yeah, we were. Yes.
You guys looked really solid, and then since then it's been a 5-10 out of your division. Oh, what am I doing? Don't let me cheat. Don't let me cheat.
It's so good.
Yeah, I start thinking too much about my question, and then I ruin everything.
No, yeah, I play even worse when I start talking, so it's all good.
But yeah.
We started off great, like you said. It was me and Ace for the first 3. That was our best pairing. We played pretty well together. I hadn't played in the MLD for a year at that point, and besides that, I played mostly with Lokman for the majority. I mean, we played for 1 season together, but I was playing with him like all the time. So coming back, playing with Ace, he had like the same kind of play style as Loke. So I was able to really play my game like I like to play. I like to play back and play defensive and try to keep the pressure on with blocks and assists and stuff like that. So I feel like it was an easy transition for me to get in, and we made some magic happen. However, our third, unfortunately, he's EU, so it was really hard to get some practice in before we started playing. Before I started playing with him, so it's been a little tricky trying to find our rhythm together, and it's unlike me and Ace, where it seems natural for us to know where each other is and to play off each other. It just hasn't clicked as well with Drav, and that's something we're working on. It's obviously we dropped more games than we wanted to, but I see us getting better as time goes on.
Absolutely. So The one thing that I lacked in my research tonight, apparently, or at least it didn't make it onto my notes. The first 3 games you said were you and Ace.
Yes.
And then, what have the last 3 games been?
It was week 4 was me and Drov. Week 5 was me and Drov. Last week was Ace and Drov.
So you have used 5 uses already.
Yes.
Should we ask about insight into when your last 2 uses will be?
I'm not 100% sure. I believe I might be playing this week with Drov, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to be saving one of my last games, well, the last game I have to play with Ace in one of the divisional games, whichever we think is more important, I believe. But I could be wrong. Ace makes the decision, so
yeah,
we'll see what he says.
Well, that was another thing I wanted to ask, because I know you're more of a natural leader. You've been in leadership within the MLD. Heck, you founded the MLD. So, what is the leadership aspect like? Because I believe you've been a captain of your team in every other experience you've had, correct?
Yes, both. Well, season 3, Loke was like the honorary captain, but I still did all the captain duties. So technically, yes, I was still the captain in season 3. I was captain in season 1, and obviously I founded the MLD. But yeah, I mean, being a captain, besides like scheduling, is probably the hardest part. But other than that, I mean, it's really just rallying the troops. But being the owner / founder of the MLD, that's another beast entirely. that's tough.
A different form of leadership, a different job altogether.
Yes.
But
goddamn ball.
Well, this is more of a fun thing, I know. Neither of us have scored, and it just goes to show you. I'm pretty sure Jay has like 30 DMs right now, with just terrible aerial attempts between you and me. So
the thing is, I practice these too, and I still can't do them.
Oh my. But yeah, oh my goodness. So, just to follow up on the leadership dynamic, do you get it all involved in doing a little bit of the captain duties, or is it just all Ace?
No, it's all Ace. He like sometimes he'll ask like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And I'll give him my honest opinion. But as far as like, putting my own opinion in there because of like I want to or something, no, I don't do that. That's all his. He's the captain. I respect that. I wouldn't step on his toes or anything like that. I'm 100% down for my position, and whatever he says, I'm happy with. If he wanted to release me, I respect that. If he wanted to keep me, I respect that too. It's all love.
That's awesome. Now I know Wiffles is the other guest that I'm having on today, and I know he's more of a team-oriented guy. Do you guys get input from your Champions League team at all?
Oh yeah, we've played in-house scrims all the time, and they're more than generous with giving us tips on what we could do better, and sometimes beating us down so we know what we're doing wrong. We're like a family. Like we want each other to succeed, and we're there to help each other. No matter what the deal is.
That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. That was what I was hoping for, to be honest.
No, yeah, it's really something special.
Yeah, that team dynamic.
And that goes for all teams.
Yeah, that team dynamic is one of the things that I absolutely love about the MLD in general, because I know what it's been like with just one team, but I'm also still loosely related to what the Ducks are doing. Just being a former champion on the Ducks, etc. So I'm still in their Discord, still every now and then giving tips and hints, and I get asked to interject every now and then. And it's just like, I find it amazing the level of family that you can have on a team. This might... Nope. You can save that.
No, yeah, that's part of the, one of the things that I'm proud of that has happened here. Like, obviously I didn't create that kind of thing, but it's what grew from the community that we built. And it's really nice to see people who have never met each other before come together underneath a franchise. And whether you're on the Champion League or the Platinum League, whether you were a former player or a new player, like, you're welcomed into that community, to that team with open arms, and everybody's there to help each other. And that's just great.
Let's see. Don't ask me what I'm doing.
Sorry.
I'm sorry if I distracted you.
No, I wasn't gonna make it anyways.
Oh my. Let's see. I haven't used my air roll this much in a little while. If anything, I forgot how to use it.
You're getting a lot closer than I am.
Yeah, it's still. I still haven't had anything within a dangerous level. So it's yeah. There's like I thought, this has been a hot mess so far.
Yeah, complete hot mess. This is this is terrible.
But anyway, let's see here. But I do find that awesome that the team dynamic is something that's really close-knit in the Elite family. The I believe you called it the Pride back in the day. The hashtag Pride.
Yeah. I don't know if we made that up or the new guys made it up. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But either way.
Yeah, either way. Still applies. But, and of course, we all know that everyone who is involved in leadership, even you, despite stepping down from the direct leadership role, you're super busy. Despite that, I know last season, or 2 seasons ago, I believe now, you were still able to create something called Ascending Champions Esports. So,
yes.
Based upon that, I have to ask you, do you have anything that is on the back burner right now? Anything that you're working on?
Yes, actually. I am actually working on, it just started, like, it's been in my mind for a while, but starting getting serious with planning and creating. I don't know exactly what it's going to be at the moment, so I don't want to say yet, but I am working on something, possibly with Bear. But it will be for after I leave the MLD at the end of the season.
So this is really kind of a huge. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to get anything out of this question. This is actually pretty huge.
Yeah, so I know, obviously, in the past I've said I'm done under bad circumstances and whatnot, but this time it's a peaceful decision. I feel like I've done all I can do here. I'm excited for the next chapter, so I won't be stepping down from player and just sitting out back. I'll be truly stepping away from the MLD. I'm not going to be doing graphics anymore. I'm not going to be doing anything in the back or directing the structure of the league or anything like that. It'll be 100% completely done. So after that, I'm gonna, work on this next venture and see where that takes me.
That is awesome. So this is your last season in the MLD for sure, and yes, there is something, we're not going to announce it just yet.
Correct.
But wow, that is amazing. I guess I should ask, who's going to be and this is, it's okay if you can't answer this question. Do you guys already have somebody lined up to do graphics?
No, not at the moment. This is a recent, I should say, decision. I was going back and forth. Like, when I originally left last season, it was under bad circumstances, and they convinced me to stay. Because honestly, I didn't want to go out that way. I was really burnt out. Because at that time, I've been doing MLD for 2 years straight. Like, I was just completely burnt out, and my emotions got the best of me. So I didn't want to leave that way. But as time has gone on this season, I realized, I feel like I'm proud of what I accomplished here. I'm proud of what has been built. I know that Bear and Cathexis and Jay and everybody in the council will do a fabulous job of, taking the reins. Not that they haven't already, but, they don't need me anymore, so to speak. So over the next couple weeks or so, or into the season, the end of the season, I'm pretty sure there will be plans of finding some that will take over. I mean, I've already have like they have all my files, like all my templates and everything like that. So it's not like they're without. So as long as they have somebody just to fill in the templates and stuff, they'll be fine.
I was worried there that ball was going to go in. But that's awesome. That is really, really awesome. So it'll be fun to learn more about what this secret item is on your back burner in the future. I definitely look forward to that. I'm not going to press you on it at all. But wow, that is awesome. So
it was hard. It was a hard decision. Like, this is my baby. This is my creation. Like, for 3 seasons I did it by myself. Like, there was no group that, like, helped me, like, you know, think of the idea and put it all together, write the rules. Like, it was all me for a long time. And it's hard to like, finally be like, okay, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. You know, I've written my retirement speech already, and it choked me up a little bit to really know that I'm done. But it was a hard decision, but, you know, I'm happy with it.
Wow. That is really deep.
Yeah.
I did not... that was the... I had no idea that would be the answer to that question. But, wow.
Well, I wasn't planning on saying anything till the end of the season, but the way the question was, it kind of just led right to it. So I figured it was a sign to kind of just let it loose.
Wow. Okay. And yes, Cracer, we will have a small period of time where we'll have questions from the audience, which I think is going to be a really cool experience. Hero specifically wanted to make sure that we had some questions from the audience.
I'm open to any questions. I always shoot people straight.
Oh my. If I would have been able to get around that. Anyway, so I do have one more question.
Yes.
And it's a very fun question. Then I will try to break into some of the questions from the crowd. But
okay.
What is Half-Shelled Hero's deepest, darkest secret?
I think you'll like this one. And anybody who's been here a little while may find this amusing. But you know, some people, you know, they know me as Half-Shelled Hero. Some people call me Hero, or those that really know me call me John. But some people, they could also call me Scott Day. Because I am the person behind Scott Day. It wasn't Kendo, it was me. And nobody, I don't think, knows that. Hello! I think we lost Kendo.
I'm sorry. I had to stop for a second. I went to face cam so people could literally see my face. Did you literally just say that?
Yes. I was Scott Day, yes. We needed somebody to take on that role. Nobody was willing. We put out ads on Twitter. And the people we had were really busy, so I figured, hey, if we needed somebody, I might as well do it myself. So I created Scott Day, and there it was. Not even Council knew. Council didn't know. The only people who knew at the beginning were Bear and Cathexis. The Council didn't know until after he was dead.
Oh my...
But I believe people enjoyed him, so I mean, I think it was a good experience all around.
I apologize for those of you who are more recent additions to the MLD or don't even know what the MLD is. Scott Day was a reporter. I think it was in season 5, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was season 5.
He was a media writing reporter in season 5 who was based mainly on Twitter. He only lasted about 2 weeks, and because because of the fact that he went out in a burning flame, I might add. There's very interesting comments posted by the Bears. I think it was at the end of that. At the end of his tenure, and I literally thought that he got he got deleted or taken out of the league because he posted the views of the Bears, and I'm like, wow. I mean, yeah, the Bears didn't seem like they were very happy with the NCP they got, but wow. But the funny thing about this was Discord for the longest time has, and it turned into a meme. I was apparently believed to be Scott Day by a large portion of the community. So this, I'm laughing.
It was a perfect cover-up.
I'm laughing because this entire time, I don't know who Scott Day is, and I played along a little bit because there were people who were like, you're Scott Day. You can't tell me otherwise. And then there are people who are I'm like, no, I'm seriously not Scott Day. So this entire time, you're sadistically sitting behind your keyboard, watching everyone meme on me.
Yes, because at the time, I started thinking people were gonna realize it was me after a while. But then I started noticing that people were saying it was you. So I was like, okay, so I still got a little bit of time with this. So I kept it going for as long as I could. And got going when the getting was good.
Oh my goodness!
It was fun though. I had fun, being a reporter and purposely twisting people's words to get some entertainment factor out of it.
So, with that all being said, I don't even know what to say anymore. So, anyone who has a question in chat, by all means, feel free to ask now. We'll field a few questions for Half-Shelled Hero. For me, this is literally roll on the floor. Mateo is in chat. It's all a ploy. I don't believe you. You're saying it wasn't Kendo. Horntail.
You can ask Bear. Ask Bear. He was there from the beginning.
Horntail. He's just covering for Kendo. Feisig. It's all a lie. Mateo.
We were gonna bring back Scott Day this season because we started doing the quotes again.
Yeah.
But then we were gonna bring back someone like else, but we were gonna do like a play on the name, like Jared Knight or Brian Dusk or something like that. But we figured it would give it away, so we just went with Bear doing the quotes.
Let's see. First question. This is not a very serious question, but it's from Kendo's waifu. It is, what is your position on pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple and cherries on pizza.
Okay.
It's good.
I will leave that at a to each their own. Cracer Link, he was one of the first ones who wanted to ask a question. Although his is also, I don't know if his is serious or not. His question is, will you join the Tang Gang?
The Tang Gang? I mean, was that Octane?
Yeah, there's literally a MLD team in RLCS qualifiers that's going by the name the Tang Gang.
Well, I don't think they would want me there because I am terrible. So that would be a no.
Okay, so let's see. Any other questions for Hero? By all means, we can get a
I'm
serious
open
question.
to all questions. Serious questions, anything you want to ask me, I am open to.
My wife wants me to try making a pizza with cherries on top. Okay. Only if there's whipped cream marinara sauce.
The hell? I mean, hey, it could be good.
Okay. Anyway, Furphy asks, Hero, what else are you keeping from us?
There's a lot of dark secrets in the MLD.
I'm pretty sure that they're as shocked as I am with this revelation.
I thought it would be fun when I heard the question. I was like, they will love this one.
Pineapple would like to know why Scott Day never interviewed the Tigers last season.
I don't know. I don't remember my reasons for choosing teams to interview. I just know it was short-lived. After committing to the character, I realized how much more work it added to my plate, and I just couldn't keep it up. Oh, did you get it? Oh, you kind of got it.
Kind of got it. Wasn't able to follow it all the way through, but I mean, given the fact that we've been struggling this hard, we'll just pretend that was a legitimate goal.
We'll allow it.
Mateo, I don't know how I'm going to be able to sleep tonight after that news. The fun thing was, it wasn't even on stream. Oh, no. They didn't even see it. Poor people. It's okay. It wasn't that good. Production values, you got to remember the guy who's teaching me production is Jay. So
he's terrible.
I know. I have a long way to go. Don't clip that. Don't send it to Jay. Hashtag MLDPOTW. Anyway, don't ask me why I did that.
There'd be a lot more harder questions from the audience.
Let's see. The best one I've had so far. Cracer Link has Hero. Who is your favorite player in Champ League and Platinum League, respectively?
Well, this is obviously a biased answer, but Lokman for sure in Champion League. He's my buddy, my lover. In Plat League, I would have to say my captain. He's my favorite player.
Okay. That's awesome. Let's see. Rolo needs more context. For Scott Day, but we're not going to go there. Ace would like to know your favorite car. I feel like he should know this already, though.
Well, right now is the Werewolf. I love that car right now. But overall, I've had a love for the Roadhog XL.
So the Ray car.
Yeah. But I love all the cars, though, to be honest.
Let's see. Let's see. Trying to see. Pineapple has a good question. How did you get your name, Half-Shelled Hero?
Well, ever since I was born, I've been a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Back when I was in high school, I kind of got away from it because I thought everybody would make fun of me. But as time went on, I realized that I was losing out because I really liked stuff, and I chose not to do that stuff because I was afraid people would make fun of me. So I made a decision to get a tattoo of the turtles on my arm, so that way I would never forget who I am. So I always stuck with the Half-Shelled Hero name. That's my PlayStation ID name, and that's what I go by in the, wherever I am.
Yeah, ISO Solo, Ray literally used the Roadhog XL for about half a season.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It was mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I'm
not sure how many actual streamed games it saw, but he did actually use it.
Yeah, I used it. I think I used it week 2 or 1 or 2. One of the two this season I used it.
Mateo in chat does want a picture of the tattoo. In Rocket Gallery, or the LRL Gallery. That'd be amazing.
It's not finished though.
Oh, it's not finished?
No, not yet.
I guess to further, so we know what we're expecting. You got all 4 turtles on it?
No, just one. I got Leo right now, but the plan is to get a sleeve of all 4.
A sleeve of all 4? That's insane.
Yeah, I would like to do that. It's just money issues, that's all.
Yeah,
God, my ping is skyrocketing.
It's okay. I believe in you. If Loke can do it, you can too. No.
Oh yeah, Loke can do everything. He's a god. He's a beautiful angel.
Pineapple would like to know, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
That's a hard one. It's gonna sound stupid, but I don't really have a favorite one. I love them all respectively. I feel like I have the personality of all of them. Like, I feel like, Leonardo is a leader. I feel like I'm a good leader. I'm a hothead sometimes, most of the time. So, you know, Raph fits in there. I love video games, comic books, stuff of that nature. So Mikey fits in there, I like being a goofball. And I like, you know, I feel like I'm decently smart. I like a lot of tech, new stuff. I have to get my hands on the new stuff. So I kind of feel like I fit with Donatello too. So it's kind of like a all-encompassing thing.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Half-Shelled Hero just admitted to having multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I do.
I might be able to do something with this. Nope, not quite.
Oh, almost.
But, let's see. Here's a good question from Furphy. How much time do you believe you put into the league over these past 2 years?
Oh, God.
I realize this is going to be an astronomical number.
Yeah,
but just
to be honest,
I would say just put an estimate on it.
Jeez. Damn, like this past season and a half, or yeah, this season and last season wasn't as much as before. Like I said, in seasons 1 through 3, I was basically like, I did all the stats, I did the websites, I did the graphics, I did the logos, I did the player disputes, I did, you know, the Twitter, I did everything. So in the first 3 seasons, the first like whole year, like I'd say at least 30-40 hours a week. Oh, that was beautiful. Like week in, week out, all the time, all my free time went there. At the end of season 3, that's when I was more comfortable giving responsibilities to Bear, Cathexis, and Jay as I got to know them, because I was very protective of it. But I got to know them, and I gave some stuff away. But end of season 4 is where I really I had the less of a role. So as time went on, you know, the time, I opened up more time for myself. But overall, the amount of time put in is ridiculous. It's that's why it's so hard to say goodbye, like this is the end, because of all the time I did put in. It's like bittersweet. It's like I'm ready to move on, but like damn, like I remember those early days. I remember staying up, you know, late at night to get the stats done, or to get the website finished if I had to redo it, or hey, I don't like this logo, I need to change it and it needs to be done by tomorrow, or you know, just anything. Staying up at night to hear people, you know, get mad over stuff and trying to make them happy, and staying up late at night just to be like, okay, let's resolve this so, you know, we can move on and stuff like that. It's I can't really put a number on it, but it's a lot.
Wow. I'm going to finish off with 2 more questions, and then I'm going to move on to a break and get Wiffles in here. He's my second guest.
Cool.
Go figure, though, I have 2 elite members of the elite in on the MLD Monday today. I'll let you have that ball.
Okay.
The first one, I'll give you this, and it's not exactly a question. It's more of a request from Pineapple. He said, he asked, have Hero interview Kendo. So I guess if you would like to ask me a question or two, that would be extremely interesting. You can have time to think about a question. But
I got one question.
But I do want to put in the last question from Ace.
Okay.
And this will kind of go along with the question you just answered. What made you want to start the MLD? And I know a little bit of this story, but not everybody in the league is going to know this story. So be as detailed as you'd like.
Okay. So it started when I got the game. When I first started, I'm like, what? Cars playing soccer? Get the hell out of here. But then I got it anyways, just to try it out. And as soon as I started playing it, I was like, wow, this is fun. And for the first like month or so, I thought I was really good. I was like, this is the game that I'm going to go pro in. And then I started playing in tournaments, where I quickly realized that there was an actual air game, which I had no clue about. I didn't even know you could fly. I was just doing my ground game the whole time. So after getting smashed and picked on in tournaments and stuff, I was like, at that time I was playing with Loke a lot, and one of my real life friends at the time. And I was like, I wish there was a place where like lower level players could play. And I did some research and I found I forget the name. I think it's the Pulsar Premier League. I think was at the time, and they did something with lower plays. But I emailed them. I signed up for like it was maybe a month or two, and they hadn't got back to me. And I was like, damn. And I was really getting tired of the toxic behavior in rank. So it was either I quit playing Rocket League or I create something where my friends at the time and some good people could join and really enjoy the game. So that's where the desire to create the place where we could have fun, bring in people who were sick of the toxic nature and really just enjoy the game for what it was. And that's basically like the origin of why I wanted to create it.
Okay, that is awesome. Wiffles, do not in a million years say my aerial skills are pretty good. I'm literally just spamming. This is that's like saying the guy who button mashes Mortal Kombat is really good at Mortal Kombat.
But I do have a question for you.
Okay, go for it.
When will I be receiving the $100 for saying that I was Kendo? I mean Kendo, Jesus. When I was saying that I was Scott Day, yeah.
When I get my first affiliate partner payout.
Okay. I'll be looking in the mail for it.
Yeah, which it might never happen. It depends on how far this channel takes off. You know what I mean?
I'm sure it will.
But did you have any follow-ups for that?
I would say I would like to know. Obviously, you can't speak for everybody, but I would like to know your experience here. Like for me, like it's going off. Like this is my last season.
Yeah.
How did you find out about the MLD? How have you enjoyed it? And how, I guess, kind of a selfish question, but how do you feel that did I give you a great experience? What? And you can be as honest as you want. That's fine with me.
No, that's perfectly fine. I can actually I'll give my whole story. It's been over a year now since I came into the league. I found the league literally through both Achieves and Curtis.
Okay.
I was following them on... I really enjoyed the casters, especially Achieves. Achieves at that time, I knew he was a Kansas guy. I didn't know how local he was until I saw a cup in one of the MLD casts, and I'm like, that's from a local hospital. And since then, I have not been able to see the logo on that mug, although I see the mug every now and then. So he's aware. I think he's aware that I'm aware, and he's probably put a restraining order out on me by now. But no, I became aware of it from people like Curtis and Achieves who have casted for it before, and they were like, "Hey, if you're lower level, check this out." And I'm like, you know what? This sounds pretty cool. And my first watch was actually the season 3 Blue Conference championship.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
So that was actually the first stream that I got to watch.
Nice.
Got to see Red and Hunter at that time, yep. And they took on I can't remember off the top of my head. But
yeah,
I should because I practically live in the YouTube VODs when I'm at work. But no, I ended up I was going through a stressful time in my life because my dad was sick at that time. He was still alive, and that was around November. So then in December, middle of December, my dad ended up losing his fight with the disease that he had, and I got deeply depressed. I'll put it that way. So one of the things that I really tried to do to just get my mind off of things was I played Rocket League, and the toxicity was really starting to get to me. And I'm just like, I came back to the MLD It's like, this sounds like an amazing idea. I want to play Rocket League, but I just, when people tell you that you should go kill yourselves in quick chat,
right, no, yeah,
you're just like, nobody should use a game for this sort of harmful mental neglect, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So it was at that point that I decided, and I got approval from my wife. I'm like, hey, can I try this out? And then absolutely amazing stuff happened after that. Ended up getting drafted to the Ducks on, like, literally I was a 7.5 before the freeze, and I ended up freezing at 7.23. And because of that small dip down, I ended up being a 7 going into the draft. And I got picked up by the Ducks. And the story just grew from there. The Ducks ended up winning a championship. We ended up, like, we have, I think, more records than any other team, and they still stand to this day.
Yep.
Some of the records are Plat League records, and the Champ League still hasn't been able to beat them, which is mildly scary. But
no, that's really good.
The thing that was more amazing than anything else was the fact that Mateo and Atomic, they became like family to me. Moreover, the way that the community acts upon itself, the whole community, like, you see me type in general chat, like, welcome to the family, whenever I greet somebody. It's like, that's because this is literally a family to me. And the amought of love that's shared in between people is absolutely amazing. And then you think about I'll let you have that. When you think about what happened to Bondo's dad at the end of Season 4, like, he and I were already close. If I didn't get drafted by the Ducks, the Bulls were, I think, the pick after them. So he and I had a decent relationship there. And then once he found out about his dad, and his dad died, and I was the first one there. I'm like, dude, you have no idea the experience that I've been through too, and I know exactly what you're going through. I don't know exactly what it's like, and I know it's the most terrible thing in the world, but
yeah,
we're here for you, buddy. You are family to us. And it's just like, you see how he powered through that. It was one of the most inspirational stories. And that's what I really appreciate about the league. The fact that we come together as a family. It's a non-toxic environment. I mean, we have our share of things that happen that are unfortunate.
Right.
But at the same time, the leadership strives to try to keep it as non-toxic as they possibly can.
Which is tough.
Yes. I mean,
it's tough. It's not easy.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
But no, it's absolutely amazing to think about how much I've grown as a player, but grown as a person at the same time. And that's really, like, when I think of my motivation for doing MLD Mondays, that's literally my motivation for doing MLD Mondays. Like, last week I had Rolo on, and we talked about his fight with cancer. And that's the dude is absolutely insane to be playing at a champ level with cancer.
Right. No, yeah.
And
that's tough.
That blows my mind. And I mean, he's been in remission for 3 years now. He does so much, and if you haven't checked that episode out, check out episode 3. It's going to go to YouTube probably before the end of the night.
I watched it earlier today. It was really good.
But the conversation that we had, there are real, legitimate people who have gone through and overcome so many different things. I think of Bondo and what he went through in the Season 4 championship. I think of what I've gone through in my fight to keep depression out of my life and to try to improve myself. And, you know, it's absolutely amazing what this league does for people like us. Because
absolutely,
as a family, we can help each other overcome. So that's, I guess on that note, I thank you for creating something that was really helpful to me in in the retrospect of everything, because yeah, granted it's just a video game, but it's also so much more. I get more than just, 5-minute games once a week,
Right.
and depending upon which team it was, if it was the Ducks, 30 hours of practice.
Right.
If it was the Lightning, it was a little closer to 5.
I'm glad that this is here for people who are going through things, especially to get their minds off something, because everybody has their issues. I know I have my issues. Some people know about it, some people don't. But on top of that, the world nowadays is a scary place, and if this place can take your worries away for at least a couple of nights, then I feel like I've done my job. The people behind the scenes have done their job, and I'm happy that people have a place to go where they don't have to worry about some jerk telling them to go kill themselves because
exactly,
they're trash.
And that's one of the things, like, the community in general, I mean, it's not as bad as it could be. I've seen other games where it's a much more toxic community. Right. And I'm speaking about the Rocket League community in general, not the MLD community. The MLD community is the MLD community is like the little Amish girl compared to the to the Rocket League community in general. But it's amazing that people can say things like that and not think. But I definitely appreciate what you've done, the amount of work you put in, because it is an astronomical amount of work to get things started, and then just to keep it going. And then you look at the production compared to some of the other ones. We have production that's on par with places like Nexus, SPL. It's absolutely amazing to think about. If only we could get the caster's booth to be a little bit better. I mean, you got that one guy with the beard in there who's just trying to derail everything. And
I'm proud of
that poor animate Jay guy. I don't. But yeah.
And shout out to Jay though, on a serious note, because without him, like when we found him and when Agony brought him in for season 3, like that changed the game right there. That he has done so much for us on the broadcasting and streaming side, and bringing in people like you and Curtis and Daz and Achieves and everybody else who works. It's those guys have we do our part with doing the graphics and stuff like that, but they brought it to a whole nother level. So thanks to them.
Yeah. So just in closing, because I need to take a break and move on to Wiffles here, but thank you again, Hero. I really do appreciate the amount of work that you've done, and hearing the fact that this is your last season, that kind of makes it a little more bittersweet, because it's like, wow. Oof.
So good. Thank you for having me on.
But
I'm honored to be on.
Thank you for the creation of the MLD and for trying to keep it going forward throughout all this time. And good luck, of course. The Elite are looking pretty good in the Plat League. Who knows? Who knows? We'll you might be able to finish this whole thing off with another championship, and that would be absolutely insane.
That would be great, but we'll see.
But yeah, thank you again, sir. And I really do appreciate your time coming on to MLD Monday and talking to me.
No, absolutely. I appreciate the time that you're doing to talk about the MLD and everything that you're doing here. So, I mean, thank you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Half-Shelled Hero in the studio with me today. And the MLD is such an amazing thing. Like, I literally cannot believe... I cannot believe the amount of work that people put into the MLD 1, but I also literally can't believe the fact that all this work has gone into building something and to turn it into something that's absolutely insane. And you think about what we are as a community and the opportunity that individuals have to grow in a non-toxic environment, it's second to none. It's extremely unique. Anyway, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I will be right back Do not go away. We are going to have Wiffles on next. And this is MLD Monday. Like I said, do not go away. Let's see. Oops. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MLD Monday. Thank you for the quick break right there. Heaven knows when I take it, I need it, usually. So, first guest was HalfshelledHero, and I know everyone's going to notice. Cracer, by the way, thank you for the bits. I just noticed you dropped even more bits on me. You are insane. You are absolutely insane, sir. Thank you. Pines, I'm not sure if we're cousins or not. I think we are distant related cousins. And apparently I didn't mute my microphone at one point. So you probably all heard me go out of the room really quick. So I do apologize there. Anyway, I need to break out and get Wiffles in here. Dude needs to get Wiffles in. The one and only Wiffles is going to be in with me up next. And I appreciate everyone joining today. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the people watching. Let's see. We got 10 viewers right now. Or is that 16? Yeah, 10 viewers right now. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I really do appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. And the MLD Monday. I've been trying to put as much work into this as I possibly can. So it's well thought out, and I hope that it's seemingly visible that you guys can see that. But anyway, let's see here. Up next, I do have the one and only, the elite captain of the Champion League team. I said that completely backwards. He is the Champions League captain for the Elite. Aha! That is much better. But this is Wiffles. Wiffles, how are you doing tonight?
Thanks, I'm doing pretty well. How you doing?
I am doing okay. I'm going to turn you down just a tiny bit. Let's see. I didn't get a chance to do a microphone. Can you say something for me really quick?
I'm beautiful.
Now, was that a confession, or are you just gonna start singing John Mayer?
I'm a huge fan of John Mayer, so that's a possibility.
Aha! I haven't even started asking the real questions, and already we have fun facts with Wiffles.
Apparently.
Yeah, but of course, everybody's going to be typing in chat rigged because it's double the elite, double the fun day here on MLD Monday.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I'm going to jump into some 2v2 casuals. Are you up for that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. But anyway, let's ask a few questions here. The Elite are 15-15. You are third in the Volcanic Division right now, tied with the Demolition, and only one game behind the Bulls. You guys have a tightly contested division in the Volcanic Division after 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I know the start of your season did not start out extremely well, but in the past 3 weeks, you guys have done an amazing job to get back to even.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, man. The beginning of the season didn't even start. It didn't even go according to plan initially. I had a wonky draft, so getting the right information and scouting information was definitely difficult. But I love the guys I have. They're all great. You know, AJ is a great player. He's super positive. We actually the week 3, his he had a issue with Windows Insider Update, and so he his computer was frame locked to like 30 FPS, something like that. It was a rough week. Yeah, it was a rough week. You know, it was happening during the game, and we couldn't say anything because a goal had already been scored. So we kind of had to just start playing through it. And so that was rough for him. He took that really harsh. He blamed himself. You know, it wasn't his fault either, or my fault. He was already having signs of this, and I should have called it off. But I mean, and then Yuki Heishi is just a great guy. He does streams during the week, you know, and then on the weekends he's a family guy. He hangs out with his wife. And Lo-Fi, I don't know if you know this, but he used to be the Lightning captain.
Yeah, I do know. Know. He and I have still communicated after the he ended up leaving the Lightning, and he was one of the people who helped recruit me back into the MLD at that point. So.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It actually turns out he lives in my city. He goes to UCF.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
Fun question. I know you're of college age. Do you actually go to college right now?
I do, yeah.
Is it anywhere we would know of, or is it?
If you live in Florida, I go to Valencia College.
Valencia College.
Yeah, it's a community college, but it's pretty decent size. There's like 4 or 5 campuses across a couple cities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool. I'm majoring in computer analysis and programming. Trying to get into that a little bit. I studied in accounting, actually, and I got really bored of that. So I changed my major to programming, and that's where I'm at now. I'm in my 2nd year of it.
That is awesome. So, programming major at Valencia College in Florida, I'm guessing, since UCF is in Orlando. That's about the middle of Florida. You're definitely
yeah.
You're not surrounded by any other states. More water than anything else.
Yeah.
If I remember right, my geography might be off. How are the Everglades this time of year?
Fun fact, I've never been to the Everglades.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
I
should
live in
only be.
Florida.
They're only like 50 miles away, correct?
I think so. I'm really bad with this kind of stuff, so like, hang me, burn me for not being a true Floridian. But
No, it's okay.
I've never been to the Everglades or that kind of thing. I think I've been out of state. I've been out of country. I've been to Canada. I've been, other states, but I've never been to the actual Everglades here in Florida.
I know most Floridians, they don't want to go to the Everglades anyway. That's one way to get an arm taken off by an alligator.
Or snake. Tons
Yes.
of snakes.
And
Florida's weird that way. Like, I don't know if you like, I see in the news and a couple days ago, like giant alligator. That's like the stuff of my nightmares, man.
Now, I do also know fire ants are a thing. Do you have any fun stories with fire ants?
Every other week. It's hard to imagine that like fire ants aren't setting up like an anthill, like in every other corner and other some places. Growing up, I had plenty stories of stepping in a random ant pile and just having my ankle eaten up. Man, it's rough.
Wow. And
They're
this is
vicious little creatures.
This is why I live in Kansas. We may be boring, but I tell you what, I don't have to worry about crocodiles or fire ants.
Yeah, I mean, like any little body of water, it's like, it's like, oh, there might be an alligator, not crocodile. Common misconception. Alligators.
Did I say crocodile that second time?
Yeah, crocodile.
Oh my! I know I said alligator the first time. I'm just going crazy, Wiffles. Let me tell you.
I know. I go crazy. I can't look at a body of water without thinking, is there an alligator in there? They're everywhere. Like when we say they're everywhere, like they really are everywhere.
Yeah. But back to the elite for a second. Going into week 7 here, you're almost halfway through the season. Being at 500 and only a game behind in your division, that's pretty darn good for an MLD team to be at. Good spot to be at going in to where you are. What are things that you feel like you guys can do better as a team?
Communication. I think that's so far it's been our biggest kind of do all end all. When we've been communicating very well, we've managed to kind of create our own game plan as we've gone along. I know last season when I played in what's now the Plat League, Racer and I like to game plans for teams ahead of time, and we would kind of stick to that, or just kind of say screw it, we do something else. But with these guys, they're all like, there's so much variance in their abilities that when we're communicating, letting each other know whether or not we're playing well, if we're feeling that confidence, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then we really start to create some magic, some magic on some plays. And Alofa got nominated for Play of the Week last week. He was happy about that. Yeah, but last week, it's our comms between me and Yuki kind of got silent. We're focusing too much on being starved by Fridge and Big Q, because they're doing really a good job of that. They're keeping me and Yuki isolated from each other. We couldn't really chain together much passing plays, but I think that's for sure is our number one. When we're communicating, we're dangerous. We can definitely be a dangerous team, beat any team that we really put our heart and minds to.
Yeah.
When we're not communicating, poo poo.
That is definitely one way to put it. On that note, one of the reasons why I really wanted to have you on is because I really have always admired your ability to bring the best out in your teammates. It always seems like you're looking for the pass long before you're looking for your own shot. I mean, case in point, for some reason, I'm the leader in points on this match.
Yeah,
you should. The rank difference between us, you should be carrying the snot out of me, but instead you're trying to improve my gameplay and play off of me.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing Rocket League on the Xbox, so I mean, and I remember my first time seeing the game. I was super excited. It was super cool, and then I learned that there was an actual team aspect to the game. I was freaking out, and I was so uncoordinated. And then I met someone actually. You know, he taught me like a ton of stuff. I saw my first full court air dribble, and I was amazed, like starstruck by it. And he started teaching me all these little things and nuances to look out for in my teammates, and I could never get away from that. And so like playing, anytime I play with friends, like I like to see my friends like succeed and pull off cool plays. Like I don't want to be the guy. I'll help you be the guy, but I don't want to be, you know, the guy that gets the limelight spotlight. I want my friends to kind of get that. I want to see them succeed.
That is awesome. So one of the things I had written down was I know how I'd describe your play style. How would you describe your play style?
A wild card probably. I don't I don't adhere to doing anything specifically really well. I'm not the best at defense. I'm not, you know, nutty on offense, but I understand team mechanics well enough that I can be where you need me to be and fulfill that role sufficiently. And so that's what I've tried to build on as I've looked for teams to play with, people to play with, and teams to play on, kind of thing. And I've always just been super like absorbent, the sponge. I'll absorb other people's play styles, and that's how I'll play.
I want to follow that up with something. If you could make a dream team, yourself and 2 other people in the MLD, who would it be?
That's a tough question. You're gonna give me some hate. You're gonna make me choose, Kendall. If I don't choose people, I'm gonna have a little bit of hate mail on my DM.
Well, I mean, if you don't just keep in mind, you don't have to answer any of these questions.
Nah, it's okay. Dream team.
You don't even have to have yourself on the team.
I think Majestic Moose. He's a good friend of mine. I huge rival last season as well, and I pushed me to be better. Everything he does is awesome. He's such a great player. And another person would probably be. This is rough. Either Adocad or Mateo.
And you would be the third?
I probably Adocad and Mateo would probably be like a nice little dream team. I can sub for that team.
So that's actually pretty cool. Adocad, Majestic Moose, and Mateo.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty much like your top 3.
Yeah, they're all actually I take it back. I take that back. Majestic Moose, Mateo, and Blackwatch. Because Blackwatch is a nutter.
AutoCAD, I'm sorry. You were part of the dream team. Mistakes were made.
Only because I don't know him that well. But Blackwatch is definitely a nutter. That's hard. You know, there's just so many good players in MLD to choose like a dream team from.
But yeah, no, it's. I actually all 4 of the names that you mentioned are people that I really hold with high regard. One of which is more obvious than the others. Well, actually, 2 of which are more obvious than the others. But
no idea what you're talking about. It's obviously Blackwatch.
No, well, actually, to be honest, Blackwatch, he and I have a decent relationship. Not as I wouldn't say it's much beyond acquaintance, but as far as a playing relationship goes, I love his play style.
Yeah.
Like his field vision is something that
absolutely
I find unfathomable. So yeah, I cannot blame you for having him on his list.
I admire everything about his play style. I always have. He's so quick to everything. And I've always tried to emulate speediness in all my decisions, like no matter what, like just pure speed on on the field, and he does that perfectly.
So let's see. I also want to ask about some of the things that you're doing outside of the MLD. I know you have the new logo, Team Flare.
Yeah.
I forgive me if the team is not supposed to be Team Flare, but Flare is clear.
Team Flare
Clear that
works.
up for me. Team Flare.
I've been kind of going over that myself. I think because as I've been inputting the name, it's kind of they just say Flare. It's kind of awkward, but Team Flare is definitely, I think, if you're referring to it, works fine. But yeah, I got really bored sitting around solo queuing. Like I said, I do my best in the team environment where everyone's wants to contribute. And I went through a few iterations of of Flare. There are a couple of people that just kind of dipped after a couple losses. And then that made it rough. It hurt a little bit because I had already started to develop a little close relationship. They went the bad guy route, kind of like blocked and just disappeared off the face of the earth kind of thing. But then I met some cool people. They're I'll tell you, one of them's a nutter. He's ready playing pros and ranked and winning.
Yeah, I noticed Jakester was one of your guys, and he had a win in Rocket League Gallery over Squishy and Chrome, I think it was.
Squishy, Chrome, and Scrub Kill, I believe. So,
man, that is an insane team to face.
I understand that this guy's messed around and ranked, but I mean he's still.
Now, if I remember that right, he did have the Nose God on his team, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's.
I understand those guys mess around and ranked, but it's still they're messed around this much higher level than our highest at the moment. And I'm happy that he's at that level. That's really cool for him. And then I have Fry, actually, is on our team as well. He's on the roster. It's cool to have him on the roster. He's actually a really cool guy. He doesn't talk much, but
yeah, that's the one thing. Fry actually was he was on the back end of the Scarlet Wings project as well.
Oh yeah?
Like he was someone that we were looking at potentially. The one criticism that we had of him more than anything else was communication. But like skill-wise, he is one of the better developing talents that came up through the MLD.
Yeah, he's a really great. He really surprised me. I honestly I didn't remember him being as good as a player as he is actually.
He's one of the fastest, most consistent, improving players that I've actually seen. Like, and I'm not saying like fast as in he plays fast, because he's not as fast as some people, but like as far as improvement, he has rapidly improved over the time that I've seen him and watched him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it took one session for me and Jake. We were like, hey, we want you on the team. This is good. We got something here. It is good. We're as a collective. We have four of us. There is no starting roster. We're just playing to develop. As semblance of chemistry. The strongest one we can form, and whoever has the strongest bonds, that's the team. So the four of us are working hard, and it feels really nice to have friends that are grinding Rocket League just as much as you are, and that have that vision and dream to be pro one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, and quick shout out, Donnelly actually did our logos, and I'm so happy with how they came out.
Yeah, from the Jets, correct?
Yeah. He's really talented.
Yeah.
Really, really talented. Super happy. He did it in around a day or so, and just it came out so beautiful.
Oh wow, Kendo! How dare you miss that? But yeah, now one thing. This isn't actually on my board of questions or anything like that. But the one thing I noticed in chat, you mentioned my aerial mechanics. Are you
Yeah,
trying?
man.
Are you trying to
No.
butter me up right now?
No, man,
What,
I'm being
what,
serious. Like,
what is this?
I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you go through your like your little aerial spam, if you want to call it that. But like I can't even do some of the stuff, some little twists and twirls that you're doing. Like it's some definite aerial control. And I watch you go up on the ceiling. You know, when you're doing your air dribble contest with Hero, or was it a ceiling shot? I can't remember.
It was supposed to be an air dribble from the wall contest, but I'm terribly inconsistent in Hero.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a hot mess. It was actually a planned out hot mess. It sounded like it was completely random, but I knew what I was... Oh, my. I knew what I was doing. Great pass, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw you go up to the ceiling and just, like, I noticed those kinds of things because I'm always looking at ways I can improve, and, like, I was being serious here. You know, your aerial control seems like it's really good.
I would say my one problem coming off the wall is I'm so used to doing passes like that, I tend to overrun the ball. Like, my issue is I jump a little too hard and a little bit too late, so by the time I get off the ball, I'm usually above the ball, or my top of the car is literally level with the ball or even over it. So that's something I know. If I actually if I actually started grinding again, that'd be one of the first thing I'd work on.
Usually I find that it's not necessarily the actual mechanic that people have trouble with. It's getting used to the way the ball bounces.
Yeah.
I think that seems so far like to contribute to, you know, players being able to pull off cool dribbles, or, you know, going up for insanely high aerials, you know, all the time. Because I see so many players and I think, like, wow, you shouldn't be plat, or you shouldn't be gold. You're really good. You know, a player like Polch, he's really good. You know, he should be diamond already, in my opinion. You know, players like Rage Cane, you know, he should be diamond 2 kind of thing. You know, I see so many players around the league that it's just getting used to reading the ball that are nice shot.
Thank you.
Like that. See, like that exactly. You know, that doesn't describe it perfectly, and I don't know what is. So, you know, it's just
fun fact. Rage in the duck court earlier was noticing how everybody who he felt like he was on par with was leveling and ranking out. So he's like, he was feeling the pressure to rank out himself.
I can relate. I mean, who did it first? Toad did it first. You know, we're cool. We don't talk much, but, you know, we're just friends enough. And, you know, he did it, and I admit I felt a tinge of jealousy there. You know, I want to hit that champ there already, and then Mish did it as well.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loves Mish.
Yes.
Everyone loves Mish, and so, like,
yeah, the fun story was the Platinum League Ducks in Season 4 were Mish's first game in the MLD. And that literally was, like, I had played with Mish when he came in. So I'm like, this guy is a lot better than almost everybody in this league right now. So, like,
he's really talented. He is.
He was scary then. He's, you know, a grand champ now, I believe. I totally stole that boost. I'm gonna clear this big.
I don't know if he's hit grand champ yet. Has he hit grand champ?
I think he has.
Oh my gosh.
I think he hit grand champ at the very end of last season.
Oh, you're talking about Rai. Okay.
No. Mish literally hit grand champ.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
He wouldn't been playing because he's been playing in MLD. He hasn't hit grand champ yet, I don't think.
All right. No, he's a coach.
Now he's a coach, but he was playing.
Yeah.
He was playing for the Sharks.
Yeah, he ranked out and got all the way up to grand champ, I thought.
No, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm out of the loop, but if he did, that's amazing. I see these guys rank out, and I you know, these are players I consider myself to stand a very good chance of beating, you know, or competing with, you know, and they're getting ahead of me, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So seeing those players rank out and, you know, get better drives me to get better.
Yeah. Just talking about Team Flare in general. How do you guys feel how do you feel the chemistry is working towards the RLCS Open qualifiers?
I mean, we're no bubble team, but like I said, it's being able to play in a consistent team environment changes everyone's skill. I learned it this way through a couple grand champs. Everyone has an individual skill level, and they have a team skill level. And if you bring a bunch of players together that have a good individual, a high enough individual skill and understanding of teamwork, you can really build something really smooth. And both of the guys that I play with are just they're great teammates. They're constantly looking to improve, and they tell me where I can improve. For RLRS, we're not under any illusion that we're gonna make rival series immediately. We're playing just so we can get more an idea of how grand champs approach the game. We are starting to put actual pressure on grand champ teams and those ESL guys. We're closing the gap, but we're not there yet. So
that is awesome.
A couple more months of practice, just maybe we might all reach grand champ.
Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to seeing how all the MLD teams do in the open qualifiers. I know last season was extremely interesting, considering we had a couple teams go a lot farther than we thought they would. I was almost on the hook for about $150 to $200 worth of jerseys.
That'd be crazy. I mean, I think it'd be quite ironic if someone or a team from MLD just they managed to qualify for rival series, considering that the entire premise is we're a just for fun league kind of thing. This is a league built on friends.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool and awesome to see a community like this nurture and build pro players, and end up being a breeding ground for pro players that no one even sees, no one even thinks of, like the guys that come out of nowhere, the next Squishy Muffins, next Garrett G,
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be cool.
I know Rye being part of the Scarlet Project, that I'm really rooting for him. He's been doing some amazing things, being a grand champ now. So I'm hoping to see Team Retro or Retro Gaming doing some amazing things going forward. If they can get a team together, it seems like they're having problems.
I did see, they released.
Well, yeah, they're doing kind of a lights out thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have multiple teams at multiple skill levels. You're gonna have a team A and a team B, and then one that's a PS4 team as well. But so it's very interesting, an interesting dynamic. I'm hoping they can put something together and make a run, because that's Ryan in and of himself. Ryan is stupid talented.
Yeah, he's a great player. He puts in he puts in a ton of work. It's underestimated the amount of work needed to kind of get where he is. All he does is grind every day, and he's still doing good in school as far as I know. So that's important too.
Oh,
and then he's got a support base. So he's got a really good support base. Oh, nice shot! But see, like that, Kendo. You should not be where you're at if you can build with an ability to do
and
something like that,
they literally just rage quit. They literally just rage quit. Somebody clip that. That was nutty.
Please clip it.
That was absolutely nutty. Wow. But that's what I mean. You're the one who made that possible. You made it passable. Booyah. Dad jokes cringe in chat, please. Anyway. I do have one for fun question. Then I'm gonna let the crowd have at you for a minute. But my for fun question is, what is your favorite non-Rocket League thing to do just to chill out? And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a video game. It can be What is your deepest, darkest hobby? No, I'm joking.
Deepest darkest hobby. I like to collect waifu dolls. Just kidding. That's not a fact. uh, hmm. I usually I don't know. I let Rocket League kind of take a lot of my time. Over the last year and a half. Like kind of trying to think of something that's not Rocket League related is tough. Guitar. I play guitar for the last how old am I? 19, 20, almost 20. Last 9 years.
Wow.
Last 9 years. I taught myself how to play. Because my mom was adamant that she was not gonna pay for classes unless I taught myself 30% of what I needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I was like, look, Mom, I can play, I can learn, I can do it. I have discipline to do it. She paid for classes. I did that for a short while, and I just kind of taught myself the rest. And that's what I do. So whenever I'm not playing Rocket League, and I'm just kind of relaxing, plug in my acoustic guitar or my electric, whatever I'm feeling. I just kind of jam away for a little bit.
I guess a follow-up song. Favorite style / and/or artist.
My favorite artist is Gorillaz. I love everything about their music and everything that they stand for. They can't be defined by one genre kind of thing. They're everything. Their entire premise is they're every artist's creative abilities showcased. They never have the same album twice. It's always different artists, and their newest album is great. I love it too.
Yeah.
Favorite style of music is playing guitar. I have a very electric guitar heavy experience. So I like that grungy punk rock kind of sound. This sounds like it's you made in your mom's garage.
Absolutely.
That's my type of music. Get loud and get angry.
Well, that kind of surprises me because you don't seem like the type that would kind of fuel themselves off of that.
I guess I get my inspiration from people who are better than me, and that. While it drives me, it's because I get angry. Secret about me is I have trouble accepting that people are better than me. I get really angry, and anyone who knows me knows I get really competitive. So this, what is that demo? So listening to music that kind of gets loud and gets the blood pumping, it's angry, makes you want to yell a little bit. It helps me a bit. It's energy ridden. I like to shake my head, thrash about it. A lot of people get surprised when I tell them that. They're like, really? You don't seem like that type of person.
Yeah. You seem like the polar opposite. You seem like you're 100% chill.
Yeah, no, it's loud and fast. It's true to my personality, I guess. I always try to avoid showing people my music because of that. I'm like, oh, what type of music do you like? I'm like, that's not. My playlist is nothing but Radiohead and and Jet and that kind of thing.
That's awesome. Anyway, anybody in chat, if you'd like to ask Wiffles a question, feel free to do so now. I mean, we'll probably finish off this game and then finish off the questions in chat, and then I know I'm gonna call it an episode. Oh wow, what a flick. What a save.
Yeah. I wonder if I can get a goal on this.
Doink it.
Oops. Go with that. Go team. This map is really bright. I'm waiting for this map to get out of rotation already. I really am. I need my other maps back in rotation.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just doing everything snowy because it's seasonal.
Yeah.
Like, they completely nixed the idea of any map being a non-snow map. Wow, how did he bounce that over me? Crazy.
There goes the demo again. Gosh. I had a game the other night where there were 18 demos in the game. That game was fun, to say the least. Not fun.
Well, yeah, I think I'll follow up on something really quick. What you noted about Yuki and your communication in your last matchup with the Flames. Like, the past plays you guys were going for were nutty. And I have a hard time believing you guys were going quiet during that time.
I mean, yeah, it's just you know it's a combination of things. It's a bad day, bad comms. You know, you want to play well. You know, you have an opponent like Fridge and Big Q. These are guys you want to beat, like 100% you want to beat. You know, Yuki's just as every bit as competitive as I am, but he's a lot nicer about it. So if he makes a mistake, he'll apologize like a million times, and
Yeah.
it's cool. But you know, I don't let him take any blame. I always blame myself. It usually is my fault, anyways. I'm a bad player. No, yeah, it's like I said, it's just we went really quiet after the second game. You know, they shut us down quick. I wasn't touching things that I wanted to. Yuki wasn't touching things he wanted to, and just had trouble adjusting. And they capitalized in every single. I think if you go back and you watch Game 5 of that series and how the overtime ended, that about sums up our comms, the level of communication we had.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get into some of these questions. Furphy, right off the bat, he asks the age-old question with you: how often do you whiff?
How often do I can you hear me clapping?
I know, right? Well played, Furphy.
It's actually, you know, it is true to my name. I whiff a lot because I play so fast. I inevitably go for things I'm not going to touch, hopefully to just kind of make the other team miss. So to answer your question, more than a lot.
Okay. Pineapple, I have no idea what this is about. I'm getting the feeling it's an inside joke. You might have to explain it to me. How do you feel about that 1Gfinity series?
Pineapple likes to claim he carried. You know, it's an ego thing. I say he was carried. You know, he said, she said. Yeah, me, Bumney, and Pineapple played a Gfinity tournament where our very first round, we ended up against some ESL guys, but yeah, it was. I think we won the first round. I think, and then we lost the second round pretty badly. But you know, it's just been an inside joke where you know he carries us through. This is just back in the Diamond Mondays.
And then, let's see, ACG Face says, you're Champ 2 getting ready to go Champ 3. What would you say is 1 to 3 things that got you where you are play-wise?
Understanding that you need to build the 12 pads into your rotations. I think that was probably the most important thing to learn for me. At Champ 2, you know, and higher, every player is going just as quick as you are. They're just as good as you are. They can hit just as many nutty shots as you think you can. You know, everyone's on the same kind of playing field except for, you know, that one player that's, you know, touching every ball possible. But everyone is grabbing the same pad, the same boost rotation. So you have to build as a habit into picking up the 12 pads every time you know, if you do like a half turn at midfield, you know, there's 4 of them at midfield that you can pick up, and that'll give you more than enough to go up for an aerial or get back to net. So that, and staying supersonic without using more than probably 20 boosts at a time. And I think that definitely aided my play. Come on.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't able to follow it up either. Sorry. Oh, they missed it. They missed it hard. Let's see. Uppercase would like to know, where did you actually get the name from? I'm pretty sure you kind of partially answered that, but is there another story behind Whiffles?
So when I was transferring from Xbox, we were coming up with a team name, and the team captain at the time wanted Caliber, and I wanted something a little ironic to the game, Rocket League, more relevant, something that would make people kind of laugh and like, all right, cool. And we came up with Wiffle Ball at one point, and now that I think about it, it is just atrocious. And so they're like, no, let's not do that. It's kind of a dumb name. And the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah. And I started with Dinkelberg because Dinkelberg is my favorite character from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Like every moment where Timmy's dad goes Dinkelberg, and it's like, yes. And then that evolved to Dunkelberg, and then I was like, wait a second, Whiffles. Yes, that's the name. Whiffles. I whiff a lot. I'm terrible at this game. Perfect. And then I just kind of stuck with it, and I just make variations of Hair Whiffles, Mr. It's Mr.
Yeah.
Whiffles in German.
Now, if I didn't know better, I'd say Vigor here is actually part of Viper. Just judging by the logo. I'm not sure if Viper's edited
Yeah,
there.
that does kind of look like a Viper logo. I don't know. He knows Jake, so...
I'm pretty sure y'all have scrimmed them before.
Maybe not. I don't believe. The only team we screamed is Coma,
Oh.
It's Coma. Yeah.
How do those scrims go?
They went well. I was definitely happy. It was our first time playing at a higher level of games, a higher set of games with Fry. I just basically found Jake a couple days before. We'd been putting in minimal practice, and then we managed to get a 3-1 and a 3-1 at a best of 5 over Mateo, Hunter, and Jamonta. He's champ 3 and 2s. He Grand Champ actually. My bad.
No,
He
it's
hit
okay.
Grand Champ before
I
the
shouldn't
season
have been
ended.
flying for that.
He hit Grand Champ last season in 2s, so he's a Grand Champ as well now.
Yes.
And that was fun. Yeah, they were having an off day. That's all it was, but it was still insanely intense. Those guys pass like a lot.
I find it funny. Yeah, I've seen the way they play, and it reminds me a little bit of the old I Buy Power team, like the old Cosmic Aftershock version, like with Gibbs in the back. Hunter is essentially Gibbs in the back. He's playing really good defensive rotations, and you have Mateo, who likes to initiate on pretty much every ball, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
And Monta's just trying to be a mechanical god on top of it.
It's actually that's where we started kind of trying to punish them. Is I know Mateo loves to pass every bit as I do, every bit as much as I do. He's a team player at heart, and so it makes it easier on my end to kind of play a little disruptive. And that's all I aim to do. I started playing disruptive. I just read his passes from in between him and Jay Monta, and then I would let my team handle Hunter, and the rest. And I would go for demos and Jay Monta, like just consistently going for demos or bumps or whatever, anything to get them out of their their regular rotations, off their boost pads. And that's how we were able to win.
Wow. That's really awesome. It's one of the things I'm harping on Coma for a minute because I do follow the team somewhat whenever they're streaming, but it's just like I feel like that's something that's going to limit them in the future. They need to get everybody involved in the rotation offensively and defensively. Personally, that's just my thought, but
I experienced it. They do a great job of doing it. I think it's just a matter of being more organized on defense. That was probably the only thing. They're super organized on offense. Really well done.
Okay.
I was scared. I was scared every time I saw Mateo or Hunter throw up a pass to J-Mont. So like, oh, that's going down on the net.
The last question of the night comes from Cracer. What would it be without an offer? Do you
Oh my
want to
God.
join the Tang Gang?
Oh my god.
The Tang... Cracer, here's my problem with the Tang Gang right now. They're essentially becoming the Ugandan Knuckles of the MLD. It's like, do you want to join the Tang Gang? Do you want to join the Tang Gang?
Oh man, I see. I feel like I saying no, I'm gonna have the entire Tang gang show up at my door. Like, you don't have a choice.
We will rise. The Tang Gang will rise.
Man.
But anyway,
they're the MLD mafia, slowly but surely.
well,
In the background.
The good news is you are a regular Octane player, so you don't. I don't think you have to worry about it as much. I, on the other hand, I'm the rebellion that they despise because I play everything under the sun other than Scarab, because Scarab is literally a ball with wheels. Anyway, but yes, so that was the last question. People don't really say no to the Tang Gang. Because if they did, you'd get, why are you driving away? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm Octane main for life. I love this car.
That's absolutely awesome. Wiffles, I thank you for coming on, being my second guest. I thank you for your patience, because this episode just hit 2 hours, which is about an hour longer than I originally intended it to be.
People like to watch you. You have good content.
So I do appreciate that. That's what we are aiming for. Like the notepad is real. Don't screenshot that. But like I literally have an entire notepad of like, this is the take that I want to do. This is the line of questions that I have for Hero. This is the line of questions that I want to go with Wiffles. Hero, I took a much more calculated approach with, because I wanted to make sure that my questions were ones that he agreed with, you know?
Yeah.
Just being open and honest. Whereas with you, I know we've had conversations before and talked. We can just have an open conversation, and I can just go on the fly. I literally only have like 4 or 5 bullet points where it's like, let's talk about this, let's talk about this, let's talk about this. And
I'm a boring person. I talk. I'm not necessarily the most talkative about cool stuff to listen to. So.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a fun interview, and I appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. I do appreciate it.
So, that right there was Wiffles of the Elite, the captain of the Champions League Elite. And, ladies and gentlemen, episode 4 is pretty much now in the books. I find it absolutely insane, the amount of feedback and the amount of love that I've been getting. Cracer, I just want to give you a special thank you, man. The amount of support that you put in today, the amount of support that everyone put in today, I really appreciate it. But Cracer, special thanks to you, donating bits, donating subs to other people, dude. You are absolutely insane. To the subs, make sure that you stand by, because there are emotes on the way. The Kendo Smirk will rise. The Kendo Smirk. Kendo Smirk is actually going to be my main sub emote. I'm working on trying to get Bread Think. I don't know if it's going to happen. If it does, that would be insane. It'd be cool. Probably not going to happen. They're probably going to throw a fit about it and tell me to go find a different thing. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to MLD Monday. This has been episode 4. Really tough episode to follow with Rolo in the last episode and talking about fighting against cancer, but we did our best. This week, I will not be casting any MLD or any of the MLD matches, but I should be doing a stream tomorrow. I do not have a time yet. I will try to post that when I know for sure it is going to happen. So feel free to put suggestions in Twitter or put suggestions in the chat as to what I might play. I'm open to anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be Rocket League. It could be just about anything. But I'm going to be gone most of this week, the latter part of this week, and the weekend on a marriage retreat with the waifu. That's going to be quality time with the waifu, and there will be no talk of MLD during that time. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here tonight. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the follows. And we are going out. Good night, everybody. Please do stay tuned for the host. Thank you for the late follow there, Damon. I did not see that till the very last second. But yeah, stay tuned for the host. We're going to throw it over to Hunter the Ginger. He is playing Fortnite right now. Show him some love. He is an MLD Hall of Famer. Absolutely love the guy.